money's water. You just move it. It's not real. The more it moves, the more it grows, the more money you're going to make. That's just that simple.
Can you have a relationship and can you have a conversation with somebody? Like, you want to invest something with me? It's not always money, but sometimes it's time.
Everybody, welcome back to the Build to Sell It podcast. It's actually our first time in our new building here. We just moved. I got Dan Uszaki here, a special guest who owns multiple businesses, 40 under 40 winner, the print guru, understands business. We just done bullshitting about growing businesses. He wants to leave a business to all of his nieces and his 2 kids. Great guy. Actually on the board of the Chamber of Commerce too, correct?
Yeah, Washington Township Chamber of Commerce.
So we'll talk about that. Also married into a crazy wrestling family. That's on you though, my friend. So first of all, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And let's jump into it. Tell me who you are real fast, my friend.
My name is Dan Uszaki. I'm in South Jersey. Do a lot of crazy things. Never said no to anything. And
I hope that's not the case, my man. Well, I will let you pull that one back. So what do you do, Dan?
So my full day-to-day time job is I've been involved in education 21 years. Recently just left a school up in Central Jersey.
So you're a school teacher?
I'm an administrator, athletic director.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that gig.
Yeah.
You probably have more value than the other teachers. That's the school teachers, but
it has a lot of ups and downs. When the ups are really up, it's a great position. When the downs are really down, it's tough to get out of bed sometimes. But athletics in general is great.
Fast, because I just had this conversation. What in the world makes parents think that their kids are entitled to fucking win? I want to know your answer because you're an athletic director.
Yeah.
I'm just a volunteer coach. I don't get paid. I lose money in wrestling. I lose money in football. I coach both. And the parents, now my wrestling parents are actually great. I think wrestling humbles parents and humbles.
It does because it's a one-on-one.
And I think it's like your parent, like your parent can't protect you. But in football, I coached and I had the magic record of 0-8 last year. 0-8.
That hurts.
It doesn't hurt. It didn't hurt me. Jacob, near did it hurt me one bit? These guys was I ever hurt about going 0-8 one time? Because you guys learning moments. I thought it was great for the kids to have adversity.
Yep.
I thought it was great for them to understand no one owes you anything.
Yep.
We came up short. Like, we weren't getting blown out of the water every game. We got blown out 2 games of 8. We lost most games by 3 points or 2 points. I said to 2 of the parents, I said, and let me ask you this question. What makes you think you have the right to win?
It's the culture. Like, it literally.
You're an athletic director. You're dealing with these idiot parents all the time. I'll call it the way I see it.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Well, I mean, the world over like the last generation. Well, so I can actually like equate this because I've thought about this a lot, right? This current generation that we're in right now has never experienced like true suffering, right? Like if you ask us like what suffering have we gone through? What suffering have our kids gone through? They point to COVID. COVID was like the greatest time of my life. Like, I was at home. I got to work out every day. I was like, connected with my family. Like that's not real suffering. Like we're like when you go back to like our parents and generation,
you got free money from the government.
Oh my God, it was like great. I bought a trampoline. I bought the biggest trampoline ever with my stimulus check. It was awesome. But so I think that has a lot to do with it. Like this generation has never experienced like any war or depression or serious suffering. And we're looking.
Oh, we got ourselves an educated guy over here because I never even thought about it. Like, I know we're going down a different plate, the business, but this comes into business entrepreneurs too.
Well, it does. And that's part of it because all that translates even into business. So people, this generation of people, and I'm going to include myself in that too, because I haven't experienced the suffering, but nobody knows what it's like to grow through those growing pains and do all of that. Whereas our parents and our parents' parents did do that. So they understood the value of like hard work and ethics and, grit and being told no and being told like when you're not going to get something, you need to come back like a year later and try again. So what's happened is this generation has been coddled a little bit. So like when something doesn't go your way, we just create other avenues to get them what they want. And that just transcends into what we're dealing with today.
I mean, that's a great answer because I ask everyone, all my friends, a lot of my friends are gym teachers and, I'm like in coaches, I'm like, in what world do you think your kid's entitled to win? Like, I never think my kids are ever entitled to win.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, like it's total. And my kids, for their age, perform at a very high level for the sports that they're in.
Mhm.
And when we come up short, we come up short.
Yep.
We learn from it. You can't protect children. I just truly believe that, especially in sports, because sooner or later you're going to get to high school. And there's one thing I say about high school: your friends know who you are,
Mhm.
and your friends' parents don't know who their own kids are
Mhm.
because they're idiots. They think little Johnny's the fucking superstar. Little Johnny's a turd.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not being rude. It just is, right? You see it. You're not
And he
athletic
might be
director.
because they create these little eco spaces where they are a little star, but when you put them out in, like, a platform where they're actually competing against real
They
players,
fall apart.
they fall apart and they don't wanna recognize that they can be average Joes.
But it's okay to be an average Joe.
It is, 100%.
Like, it's
Get
okay.
better.
But think about this, though, and this is what I try to say. Like, and we just had a great conversation. Like, Jordan Burris is to go. Like, there's no doubt. All I see gold. You're talking about New Jersey, him
Mhm.
taking over, and I wish him the best. And he deserves it, right? There's only one Jordan Burris. There's only one David Taylor.
Mhm.
There's only one Cal Sanderson. I just topped off the 3 most paid people in all of wrestling by far. Well, there's millions and millions of people out there that make way more than them guys, and it's not through athletics. It's through sales, communication, working hard, all these other things, owning businesses. And no offense, and I love Jordan Burris, I love Cal Sanders, I love David Taylor. They've been nothing but nice and respectful every time I talk to them. What they do is hard to make that money.
Yeah.
What I do is not 1/10 as hard as those guys.
Yeah.
Like, I
You're
just don't
following
do
the
it.
passion.
Without a doubt.
Yep.
But there are limited spots available at the head of that arena.
Mhm.
Where I do, there's a lot of spots available.
Yeah.
And a lot of average Joes can do that.
Yep.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, the reason why, you're successful is because you realize that your market has competition, so you have to be better than your competition. I'm gonna tell you a quick story because I always go back to this when the parent thing comes up, or just like trial and error in general. My son, during his freshman year at his high school, tried out for the bowling team. Bowling is like everybody looks at that as like not a real competitive sport, right? But it's actually like it's hard, right? You
It's
got
very like golf. It's hard.
it's technical, and you have to repeat the exact same thing every time in order to be perfect. And there's people that can master that, and there's other people that can. Well, he ends up getting cut from the freshman team, and he comes or from his freshman year. He ends up coming up to me and saying like something along the lines of, "Yeah, the coaches already had picked out like who they wanted." And I was like, I was immediately angry at that, and I was like, "That's not who you are. That's not who I've raised." I was like, "You were in a league last year. You quit it. You had the opportunity to have a coach. You didn't take advantage of that." I was like, "You're an adult now. You're a freshman in high school. I'm going to help you out with certain things, but you made that path for yourself. To be quite honest, you didn't deserve to make that team." So he had a choice at that moment, right? His choice could be like he could either continue to agree with what he affirmed himself, or he could actually listen to his old man for once and say, "Yeah, Dad, you're right." So he took the latter. He took the latter one in that. Started going back to his leagues. He started picking up a coach. I didn't push any of that. That was the only conversation that I had with him about it. And I'm glad that he did that because that means, like, as a parent, like, I'm instilling the right values in
Absolutely.
him. And I think a lot of parents, like, nowadays, like, they want to, like, not give their kid like, we all do it, right? Like, I want my kid to have a great life. I want my kid to have a better life than I did. Like, I wanna give them a head start, but, like, you have to let them grow. You have to let them struggle, make errors, make mistakes, then learn from those mistakes.
So you are right. And I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. Like, I spoil my sons. I
Well,
buy them what they want. We used to at Wildwood Duels. I bought LJ a $400 baseball card
Yep.
or football card. I don't know what the guy played. Honestly, I don't know because I don't.
I put a
follow it.
bow around a car and put it under a Christmas tree at Christmas this year.
But and my wife knows why I do. First, I want my sons to know money's water. You just move it. It's not real. If you hold on to money, you're not going to make money.
Yep.
And I just truly believe that. Like, just the guy that has his first great lunch money very rarely ever becomes a multimillionaire, right? So, like, money is water. The more it moves, the more it grows, the more money you're going to make. That's just that simple. So I'm not stingy with that. But the reason why I really treat my son Hammer and LJ, and even, well, Davey's just spoiled. He's just a baby. So you understand as the father. He gets away with everything. But Hammer and LJ work so hard, and I don't hide them in any situation.
Good.
If it's the best wrestler in the country, I want them wrestling them. If it's the best kid, if they lost to him, so here's a perfect example. You understand this is how, like, I believe you can't hide your children. We're just at Wildwood Duels, and Matt Assassin's coach Van Dobish is a very good friend of mine. He's very good to me. There's a kid, Gus Engelman, that just beat Hammer about 2 months ago, and it was 3-0 or 3-1 or 5-1, whatever the score was. I said, "Gus, can you bust Gus?" And I know Gus. I love Gus. Gus is a great little kid, but like, I want my son to wrestle him again, not just to beat him, but to overcome the fear of him and to say, okay, I'm just as good. Or if I'm not just as good, I got to work harder to get there. There's no definite you're going to win the match. If you get, Van immediately said yes. We didn't get the match because Gus was willing to go up. Gus is a great kid. His family's great people. The wrestling world is sick like that. We're all friends, but you got to wrestle each other sometimes, right?
Yep.
And everyone understands it. Our buddy Kessler went to wrestle. And a guy said to me, one of these guy in my room, he goes, I can't believe you just asked for your son to wrestle a state champ. Like, he's undefeated this weekend, and it's his last match, and he doesn't have to wrestle him. I said, wait, I'm not afraid of the loss.
Mhm.
I'm not afraid of the loss. If he beats Gus, great. If he doesn't beat Gus, great. We're going back to work on Monday night. We got practice at 6 o'clock, my man.
Yeah.
Nothing's changing.
Yeah.
So many of these people let the outcome dictate their whole days.
Yep.
It's just amazing to me.
And why look at that moment as a failure and not like a level of expectation? Like, you're never going to know what you need to achieve to be that person until you match that person.
100%. But that's business also. I just see it differently. I feel like the parents are always looking for a magic pill. Like my football team, I can't help but laugh. And honestly, I thought they weren't going to have me back as the head coach, truthfully. Because the year before that, we won the championship, went all the way to the regional finals, and missed Pop Warner by a game.
Okay.
And I was the assistant coach who took over the head coach halfway through the season, got us there, and I went 0-8, right? And I didn't flinch. Like, the parents couldn't rattle me.
Yeah.
Like, the hate noise, the attitudes. I was like, the kids are having fun. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm a volunteer here, people.
Right. Right.
It cost me money a lot. I mean, you see my office. Every hour I don't work, it costs me a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I make money. I mean, and I'm like, when I volunteer my time, I don't answer my phones. I don't respond to emails. Like, I give you my heart. Makes sense?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not getting upset if we lose. I'm just not. I'm getting upset if I don't get your effort, if you're not disciplined, if you're not giving me your max, mental IQ at that time. So, like, but business is the same way. I want to talk about that. You also own a business, correct?
Yes.
And tell me about that business.
So I've got a couple of them. The one that's been the primary driver of all my other businesses is the printing business.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so we make we started off it started off as a joke in college. Just a bunch of guys looking to screen print shirts and make some beer. And then, this is back before you want to talk about initiative. This is like, I had no resources. I went to college when cell phones didn't exist. Computers weren't really a thing. We had like word processing. So
you look young. How old are you, man?
46.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Shit, you look better than me. You have better paper out than me.
It's too much time on the mat, buddy. That's what it is. It takes years off your life.
It does. You got a baby face though. Holy shit.
Oh, man. It's from all those years in the bowling alley. That's right. I kept it smart, man. But yeah, so, it started off as a joke. I always had like an artistic, creative side to me. So part of me just wondered when I was seeing shirts around campus with the fraternities and sorority mixers, like, how is that happening? I see blank shirts and now I see shirts with prints. How's that happening? So when I was at Ursinus College, which is a small college out in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we went?
Yep.
My buddy Mike Ortman went there, played football and wrestled there.
What year? What year graduated?
96.
Okay, so I just missed him.
Yeah,
I got
Paul
there in
Gunther was
98.
the football coach.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They were both Cows Rock rides.
All right.
That's where I went to high school.
All right. Yeah, I was a CB East guy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I was a walk-on kicker that didn't make it too long. I like to party too much. But
honestly.
Yeah. So so just doing that, I figured I actually ended up interning for free, volunteering at a screen printing guy. Was very upfront with the dude, and he had like been doing like nostalgic like screens and stencils and showed me how to like burn screens, and I used to go there every Saturday and just say, and I told him up front, I was like, I want to learn how to do this on my own. So he helped me like go on the Craigslist and buy like my first single press, and we were like printing like fraternity shirts, and that's how we would pay for beer. And then like eventually like the four of us like had a company, and as life got on in college and we kind of like separated, people started getting families. One guy went off to like become like a professional surfer in Australia. There's like all kinds of stories. It was just kind of always lingering in the background.
I bet you he did better with the ladies than you did.
I think he's living his life still as a single bachelor, man.
Professional surfer in Australia.
Yeah, exactly. So there's just like so many like happenstance things that happen. And then I eventually just like kept on going back to it. So like I started just making stuff locally, and then that expanded into, I've always had like a huge appreciation for customer service. Like from my first day, knowing like you need every dollar to build something, the customer was always right. Like if somebody was like, I don't like this batch of like 50 shirts, like I need them redone, never put up an argument. It was like, okay.
Well, you're not going to win anyway.
You're not going to win anyway, and you're just going to lose the business. So like I say like without a doubt, like in 26, 27 years of doing the printing business, like I've retained all of my customers. Now people go by the wayside and they leave, but it's never because of an action by me. They've just become an impossible person to deal with, which is fine. So then, yeah, so then that started that the printing world is a world that is expansive and you can keep going in any direction that you want.
Changing, you can do a lot of different things.
You can, and then you get into computers, and now like one thing that I'm dealing with right now is like a lot of people are handing me AI graphics, and I have to learn how to vectorize those things. So like my networks just keep on increasing of how to deal with people's like current ways of like sending me shit.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of just what it is. And then that started turning into large signage business. And then I started getting into like, okay, well, how does like a sign get on a building? It's got to be the same way that a sign gets on a shirt, you know, an image gets on a shirt. So I self-taught myself graphic arts. So taught myself Corel Draw, taught myself Adobe Illustrator. I was never formally taught any of those things, but I think I always had like an artistic edge. And then once I learned that, I started to get obsessed with Christmas lights.
So here, I want to say, so you communicate well, you talk, you can sell. Clearly, you can sell. Who taught you how to sell? 'Cause that's your biggest superpower. It's great that you can learn how to do Adobe. Like Neri and Jacob could learn how to do Adobe in 2 days. They just could, like, right? They're smart guys. But you could sell. Who taught you that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it just, I like, part of me just thinks it's like an innate thing. Like, can you have a relationship and can you have a conversation with somebody? And then if you can do those two things, like, can you back it up after like you've established communication? Can you back it up with data and say like, yo, I'm an investable person. Like, you want to invest something with me? It's not always money, but sometimes it's time. Like if I'm dealing with you, I only have a couple of like minutes to impress you and say like, I'm worth your time. And I think that I've just like learned that over the years that like people's time is valuable. So like maybe at a young age, I've just been placed around a bunch of people that don't have time for me. And I've just been saying like to myself, like, I only get a couple of minutes with this person. I'm going to make it count.
Yeah, most of people make their first impression in less than 90 seconds.
Crazy, right?
And I think like the stat is like 87% after an hour don't change their mind after the first impression.
It's there forever. It's ingrained
It's like
forever.
crazy. It's like 90 seconds is what you got.
Yep.
Do I like this person or not? Do they have good energy? Do I like them or not? It's amazing to me, that part. So you guys do everything. And what's your other two businesses?
So after I like mastered like screen printing and large signage, and like I kind of like built myself as an expert in, you know, graphic designing stuff, I said, well, okay, what else can I do with this? Like, what other things can I do business wise? Like, and that eventually turned into Christmas lights. So like I started getting obsessed with like programming Christmas lights. I started like having like crazy Christmas light decorations on my house. I did that for, you know, close to 15 years in Deptford. That ended up blowing up.
Wait, you're the event guy in Deptford does that whole fucking big show?
That's me.
No.
Yep. Yep. And all that is I tell people all the time, that's just me selling artwork.
Smoking fucking weed, man, and came up with a. That's like, how long does that event last? Like, is it?
So the first season, it was just a Christmas event, but for the last 2 years, it's been an October 1st through January 5th event.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business so when they want to sell it, they're able to.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And in a 3-month span, we have
How many employees do you have there?
119 seasonal employees.
You just hanging out, just came up with an idea.
So, I mean, like once I was doing the Christmas thing, it was like you start to get to like higher levels of peaks, right? You start finding out everything that you do ends up being a cult, right? Like you've joined like a roofing cult, you've joined construction cults. Like it becomes like little tight circles. So my tight circle became a Christmas extreme lighting cult. And then eventually from that, I was, you know, it started off like, I'm going to win like the best Christmas house in my neighborhood. Then I want to win the best Christmas house in the county. Then I want to win the best Christmas house in the state. And then it's like, well, how do I have the best Christmas house in the nation? First of all, do you believe in it? So yes, I believe in it, right? Because I have to believe I have the best company in the world.
I gotta see a picture of your house. Give me a picture of your Christmas house. I gotta see it. Give me a picture of Christmas. I gotta get this up. You all of this up.
You gotta just look it up. Like it's over here. I turned my phone off, but look up Deptford Dazzling Lights. You'll be able to pull off any kind of information. We were like on ESPN. It was out of control.
Deptford Dazzling Lights.
Yeah, there's some YouTube stuff. We stopped posting after like the first year, because it started getting like insane.
Deptford Dads and Lights.
Deptford Dazzling Lights. Yeah. That's what you want to see. So it's more than just Christmas lights.
Shit.
Yeah. It's more than just Christmas lights. I had to theme it like everything I've done in my life. I wanted to theme it. And I turned my whole house into a big video game.
Dude, this is crazy.
Yep.
Now, I'm not trying to be rude to you here, but like, the fuck does your wife say about this? 'Cause my
She loved
wife,
it.
she loved it.
Loved it. I tell people all the time, when I start talking about Christmas lights, there's only 2 ways it's gonna go. You're either gonna think it's the coolest thing in the world, or you're gonna think I'm a fucking complete weirdo. And it's okay, either one. But those are the
I love Christmas,
there you go.
and my house gets done, but nothing like this. But I'm like, could you make my house look like
Oh, we
this?
can make that happen in a second if you want to be on the Great Christmas Light Fight and win it.
The Great Christmas Fight.
Yeah.
What's this cost? About 100 grand?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Over the span of 15 years, there's probably $200,000 in lights on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what this reminds me of? A Junior Shady Brook.
Yeah.
You ever been to Shady Brook?
Yeah, absolutely.
It reminds me of. It's beautiful. Congratulations to you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, so we took that. We were on the Great Christmas Light Fight. We won the show. We won $50,000. I took that money, bootstrapped it into the commercial light show, found some investors, built up that 13-acre property, and now we're the nation's largest custom Christmas prop show.
Really?
Yeah, and we got like phenomenal ratings. You know, we're like 5,000 reviews over, 4.9 Google ratings. I concentrate on the marketing hard.
How did you learn marketing?
I didn't. I just freaking failed a lot. You know, like I realized like early on, like nothing, your product doesn't matter. The product is one thing, but it's what everybody says after the product is delivered or installed. So, I mean, you could put up a crappy Christmas light, but if the people say to everybody else that it's the greatest thing in the world, then it's the greatest Christmas light in the world. The measurement of success is what people describe it as.
It's funny because we had a guy, what are they called? The tree guy? What are they called? The guys that do the trees? The arborist, what's it called?
Arborists?
Arborist. We're at one of our shops.
You're on Arbor Road, man. You got to know that. Aren't we like on Arbor Road?
We are. So an arborist came in one of our shop tours, and he asked me the question. He's like, I'm the best arborist in the country, and I'm tired of these companies that have 500 reviews, 40, 50 employees,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a one-man band.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm the best, and I'm tired of seeing their shitty work. How do I compete against them? I'm like, dude, no one, like, I live on a farm. I don't know if you know that.
Mm-mm.
I probably have, on my farm, how many trees would you say is on there? 500 at least? I have 20 acres. Yeah, but more than that. Yeah, so, but I had around it all these, I don't know what kind of trees they are, but they cut off the fence. I probably had 200 trees planted, right? Just these green trees, whatever they are, right? Do you think I ever walked outside
And looked at your tree.
and looked at a fucking tree and said, well, that's a fucking nice looking tree? Did you once ever said that?
No.
Do you think my wife did?
No.
Okay.
Maybe you guys got in an argument. She just needed a 5-minute break.
But like, I'm like, dude, like, no one's looking at the tree.
Yeah.
Is the tree fucking green?
Yeah.
Is it standing?
Yeah.
And is it where you said you were going to put it?
Yep.
But he was like, yeah, but you don't understand. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's what the customer has to say about the experience with you.
Yep.
And it's so true. Like, you get that. Like, but so many people don't.
Yeah.
So many people want to get into the technical part. Like you said, you can install the worst looking Christmas show. That if the customer's happy, you get work from it.
If you look at our reviews, and I was trying to explain this to investors because they were like, at one point it was like, hey, like, we need like a big structure. We need this. I was like, go back and look at the Google reviews. Go back and read what the customers are saying. Nobody's talking about the show. You want to know what they're talking about? They're talking about how well the staff treated them, like how easy it was to get through, like how easy it was to get out. Like the logistics were the most important thing, and like their relationship with the staff. So like the reason why I have 119 or 118 people, seasonal staff members, when other shows are doing it with like 30 to 40 people, is because that was important. Like the customer experience and the relationship with the staff members that they meet throughout the show. When you drive through a show, we have like 20 mascot characters just dancing. It's a complete waste of money, but it's like the number one thing that everybody's writing about. Nobody's looking at the lights. Nobody. They're just looking at the entertainment value.
It reminds you of, what's that, Savannah Banana, Jesse Cole?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's a perfect example, right? It's not about the game. It's about everything that's happening in between the game. The fan experience.
I hate baseball. I do. I think it's like watching paint dry on the wall.
Yeah, it's rough.
So whenever those clips come up, those guys dancing and moving, me and my sons watch them all.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And my sons want to go to a game, so
yeah,
I'll take them to a game.
Yeah. They just came out with the, Indianapolis Clowns. They're expanding. They just added like 2 or 3 more teams.
I mean, the guy's a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. What's 3 of the biggest things that you learned? Would you say, like, as an entrepreneur in multiple businesses to scale? What's like the top 3 things you think you have to know or that you've had to learn?
I'd say first thing is especially early on, know how to say no. Don't take bad deals just because you like, I get it. You're hungry. You have an entrepreneurial spirit. You want to make money, but don't just take something at you because somebody's saying yes. If it's a bad deal for you, just don't take it. So that's number one. And I've learned how to say no, but I had to learn that through not saying no
Yeah,
a couple
most
times.
people get their hands burned on that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
And
actually
and you can recover, but it takes even more of an entrepreneurial spirit. It takes more effort. Like if I learned to say no right out the gate, I probably would have a lot more money and a lot,
without a doubt.
a lot less failures to have to deal with. The other one is just, listening to customers. Number one, like stop listening to yourself. I can sit here and say like I'm an expert at printing. I can say I'm an expert at Christmas lights, but like I have to give you time to talk about Shady Brook. I have to give you time to talk about your experience because that's all engagement.
But I say this to people all the time. What does the word expert mean?
I know.
I mean that.
No, I know.
Like,
Because it
people
doesn't mean the best.
it does. It's just like what does expert mean? I'm an expert doctor. Okay, well, what does that mean? I'm an
Yeah.
expert roofer. What does that mean? Like, what's the word expert mean?
So-
So like I'm always like, you do business with the one that you feel the securest with, that's gonna take care of you
Boom.
and gonna make you happy.
Yep.
Like that's what I say to people. I say to all my company people, like, you can get as technical as you want, no one gives a shit. Like, you know, my wife had a stroke. And I remember like us in Abington, and it's the worst hospital ever. And I never like to bash anyone, but they misdiagnosed her stroke. It was a fucking nightmare 2 years ago. And you listen to all my podcasts, you'll never hear me talk bad about anyone, but I will talk bad about Abington Hospital. Total garbage hospital. And they misdiagnosed her. And I remember talking to the doctor, I was like, and he's trying to access one. I'm like, this is the worst fucking doctor in the world. This woman doesn't give a shit about no one. She doesn't care. And I never sued because my wife isn't that type of person. Neither am I. We had a medevac down the pen. Totally different experience. The doctors cared. Now, they both went to school,
Mhm.
med school. They're both doctors. Totally two different experiences.
Yeah.
I never asked either doctor where they went to school. God knows. Like nothing, right? Don't ask how much they make. But they're both doctors. And one saved my wife's life. The other one won't let my wife die.
Mm.
Totally like, so what's the word expert really mean?
How Yeah, so there's 2 types of people, right? There's the people that believe that they're experts, and there's people that are told by others that they are an expert. That's it. Like, I wouldn't go around and claim myself as an expert. I need the people to be like, "Yo, he's really good at what he does. Now you're an expert."
People ask me to
Is your wife okay, by the way, now?
Yeah, she is now. Yeah. Thank you. But people ask me to sell them on the winner's circle. And where were we at IRE? Was it 2 weeks ago when that guy said it to me? Huh? Our meet and greet. And a guy walks up to me and he's like, sell me on why I should join the winner's circle. Sell me.
I
Okay?
already have the answer to this, but go ahead.
And I just said, I'm not going to sell you, sir. I'm like, I'm not going to sell you. It's just not who I am.
That's the Jordan Belfort response.
He's like, you got to sell me and my wife. And I looked at him. I said, you seem like a really, really nice guy. I said, there's 100 and some people that came here to meet me. I heard IRE that invested their time. They drove here. They want to spend time with me. They want to have a great experience. They want to learn. I said, I promise you, I'm not going to sell you or your wife. I'm going to be frank with you. I don't talk this way. I don't give a fuck if you join the winner's circle or not. It means more to you than it does me. I said, it just does. And he just, you're not just near. It was like, he was like this. And like, people don't understand, like, there's levels to this. Like, if you don't know why you should do business with me,
Mhm.
then you shouldn't do business with me.
Exactly.
The minute someone says, why this is your time to sell me, it's over anyway.
It's over.
It's over anyway.
Yep. Have you ever seen that clip of the Wolf on Wall Street, Jordan Belfort being he gets I guess he's on like some kind of a talk show and he goes, I heard that you're like an expert salesman. And he goes, oh, yeah. I feel like I'm pretty good. And he goes, all right, well, you want to do like a practice thing? He goes, yeah, sure. He goes, all right, well, sell me this pen. And Jordan goes back to me and he goes, with his many years of like penny stock selling experience, he goes, how long have you been in the market for a pen? And he goes, well, I'm not really in the market for a pen. Sell me on it. He goes, well, I'm not really going to deal with you right now. He's like, the conversation's over. So then he rationalizes that with, I don't have time. My time is so valuable to keep on moving. I don't have time to sit here and convince somebody of my services. I know I'm good at what I do. What I'm going to do is actually find the person that's in the market for a pay,
100%.
and then I'm going to use them. So like that guy's not looking, he's not looking for consultation. He's just looking to see, you know, who you are as a person. Like that's then, and then the other thing is if that's how the person introduces that relationship, you're going to go down a dark path,
Correct.
always having to justify your existence in that person's life. No, thank you.
Well, the thing is this though, is after selling 6 companies,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to justify myself that anyway.
Mm-mm.
Listen, when people say money doesn't buy you happiness, you're right. But money buys you freedom to do what the fuck you want to do for the most part.
Yeah, it makes life easy.
It just does. Like, hey, you don't like my tattoos? Good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like the way Lance talks? Good. You don't. It's okay. I don't need you at this point.
Yeah, it's
Right?
liberating though.
I'm gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
With my kids are gonna be okay. My grandkids, if my kids don't mess it up, are gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Right? Like it's just that simple.
yeah.
You know, I think people don't understand that. And I think as you build businesses, you really got to be focused on that and say, why are you building them? Does your team members have equity in your company, if you don't mind me asking?
It's not a corner that I've turned.
We're going to talk about that.
I'm turning that corner with the Christmas light business right now, to be honest, because, and the reason why I'm doing that right now is because, I've really made a conscientious effort in that corner of my life to become less owner operator and more owner and kind of step further away from the operations. And in order to get that same care and compassion and level of trust that I would put it myself, I feel like I need to start giving those people equity.
It's the only way they do it.
It's the only way.
That's the only way they do it.
Yeah.
Listen, but they should. They're the ones building the business. They're the ones running the business.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how many people are working out there?
Yep.
They're killing themselves right now to build everything for us.
Yep.
And they deserve a piece of it.
Yeah.
They just do.
Now with the printing business, like it's terrible because it's so tied closely connected to like with what I've loved to do my entire life. It's hard for me to not be owner operator. You know what I mean? So therefore, like that conversation of like equity just becomes like a more distant conversation.
No, I would
Okay.
with everyone and start this as myself. Listen, I loved my digital marketing company. The best thing I did was remove myself from it.
I know.
It just, you know, it was probably, I knew I wanted to get out because I just knew it was worse. It was my biggest asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that time, it was my biggest asset. And I knew I had to put a leadership team in there that could stay and run it and operate it. And so that's what I did. And I still love digital marketing to this day. One last question. What's probably the 2, 3 biggest failures you learned from?
Two biggest failures that I've learned from. Man, don't go into business with friends.
Why not?
I don't know, man. It's just like because you can go into business with friends that are business minded, but like if they don't understand like business and trials and tribulations, especially if they're younger than you and they haven't had a certain set of life experiences, but like you see like promising them, it's just a dark road. I've had like some relationships fail over the years, and like I just felt that they failed like too prematurely, you know, because they weren't able to put the business ahead of themselves, and that's a problem. You know, like I've always been able to separate like friendships and business, and still be able to do that, but a lot of people can't do that. It's a hard thing to do. You have to have like a business conversation with somebody before you go into a business with them.
I mean, listen, if you're really going to be a businessman and own a lot of businesses, you're going to have a very few amount of friends. I mean, that's just
know.
like, that's the reality of it. Like, most of my friends, I do some type of business with. Not all of them.
Yeah.
But like guys I talked to over the years, like my friend Big Vince, who's one of my best friends for years. We now own buildings together.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just, and yeah, they're tough business conversations, but it is what it is.
Yeah. If you could put a leadership team though in between you two,
Oh,
like as
definitely.
quickly as possible, that's like my recommendation.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've had some friends it failed out with, but then I always say, like, if we ain't friends after that, like, listen, one of my best friends, you know, in my world, who I would trust with my children if I died tomorrow, is Sam. He was my partner for 10 years, and we were great friends. We grew up together. Now, granted, after we split up, full transparency, do we see each other as much and hang out as much? No, but life changes too, right?
Mhm.
He went his way, I went my way. Um, I don't believe he's ever said a bad word about me. I know I've never said a bad word about him or his wife or kids.
Yeah.
I know if I die tomorrow, my wife knows that's the first person she calls
Mhm.
because I believe that he would step in and do every right thing for my family if I died tomorrow. Like, the guy's just a different built, like, his character's unwaverable. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says, you're not gonna talk ill will about Sam in front of me. It's like, I just have a different opinion. Just sometimes it doesn't work. Like, I don't think it's that makes them bad and you right or you good them. I think your visions just don't align anymore. And when visions don't align, you can't have a business together.
I know.
That's the biggest thing. If your visions do not align, you can. So, full transparency, here's another example. One of my business partners, we were together for 18 months. We went from him doing only insurance roofing work to our first 6 months. We did, I don't know, maybe a few million. To our first full year in business, calendar year last year, we did $9.7 million. Ain't bad, right?
Really good.
Made money. And he just wasn't happy. And his vision was he wanted to go a different way. My vision was I'm staying the course of what we're doing. Like, LB Capital's playbook is not changing. We'll tweak it, but we're not getting into insurance work. We're not getting into commercial work. He wanted to go in that. He literally emailed me on Saturday or Friday. This just happened. And just said, listen, like, gave me his concerns. I jumped on the phone. This is a true story. Anyone can call Jason Grice and say there's no way it's to be true. I probably a mile and a half, 2 miles before I hit the Walt Whitman coming home from Wildwood Duels. By the time I was over Walt Whitman, me and him had a settlement, an agreement. No big deal. I'll get the contract here tomorrow. I was fair to him. He was fair to me. And we just separated. Doesn't make him wrong. Doesn't make me right. Doesn't make me wrong. Doesn't make him right. Just means his vision was not my vision. And when I read the email and after talking to him for about 2 minutes, I knew our visions would never align in a relationship. Not him being my friend, but being my business partner was over.
Yeah.
But I didn't make it nasty.
Yeah.
There's no sense. Like, these guys that get divorced from their wives, I don't understand it. Like, my wife cheated on me. Okay, so what? She cheated on you. You bad in bed. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's found another guy. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But it's over, so there's no sense in fighting over it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, I'm not fighting with you when a business relationship's over. I'm just going my own way.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's the bigger disconnect what friends don't understand.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. It's just interesting. It's like, because they're all uncharted waters, and different businesses put different stresses on different relationships.
100%.
I mean, like, so we both had like different journeys. But yeah, and it's just like it's always been an interesting dynamic, and 9 times out of 10, like I've just started thinking like my next big thing that I'm going to do, which is I'm going to be opening up like a paper products thing, toilet paper, paper towels, all different stuff. Like the guy that I'm going into business with, like our relationship was built on a business relationship to start.
Makes it easier.
It makes it so much easier.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I know he's business minded. Like we're able to have like tough conversations with each other. We're able to set up entities the right way, not rush into things. And yeah, I just think, probably the friendship things were just like things that, just growing pains.
Yeah, listen, it's happened with me, man.
Yeah.
What's number 2, your biggest mistake?
Number 2 is just not realizing how many hours you have to put into it. Like that owner operator thing is like a real deal thing. Like you're not just going to have like an ingenious idea and still be able to have like a normal life. Like you're on call 24/7. You are, you think you're going to be able to do Christmas lights, just for this example. Like, no, you're more than that. You're human resources. You're like, the main person for everything. You're dealing with the insurance. You're dealing with, all the customer things. Nowadays, you're dealing with social media. I mean, it is every vast department. And if you think that that's not going to suck up 90% of your time, you're not cut out for this. Sorry.
Without doubt. Listen, how do people get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you?
Oh man, what venture are we talking about?
Listen, I'd give people my cell phone, never know where it takes. That's just me.
Yeah. I'll plug it right now. If it's any printing apparel needs or stuff like that, large signage or, just small signage stuff, that's the printing guru at yahoo.com. If you're out there and you think that you want to open up a Christmas light show or some kind of seasonal attraction, whatever, you can hit me up at dan@visiclo.com. And I'm more than happy to educate people on my experiences.
Oh, thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.